Hi, I'm Dennis Gage. Thanks for tuning in to My Classic Car, home of the certified car nut. Well, this week we're in Ames, Oklahoma. Now, don't feel bad if you have no idea where that is, because I didn't either. But in this most unlikely of locations, Brent Hayek has amassed the most amazing collection of legendary race cars I've ever seen. If you're a fan of drag racing, this is going to be a trip down memory lane. Well, holy heap of horsepower, Brent. I'm standing in pro stock power here. You got some serious and significant stuff in your collection.
Yeah, we got, 30-some championships.
Yeah, well, 30 championships and some in very unlikely bodies.
Yeah.
Like pintos.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
fairmonts.
And, you get outrun by a pinto on the street all the time. Didn't happen to you back in the 70s?
Not that I admit it, believe me. Not that I admit it. Well, let's talk about this monster pinto. And it is a monster. This was, what, 1970?
1973 Pinto, yeah, they won the NHRA Pro Stock World Champion with it. Had a championship with it. Had 351 Cleveland. Jack Roush designed high port heads. Pair of 1050 Dominator carburetors.
And a bad to the bone winner.
Yeah. These are the guys that made Grumpy. Okay, they didn't mess around. There's a lot of championships here.
Beaten by a pinto. I mean,
yeah.
Really. So, I mean, has Jack ever seen this? And has he ever come back to see it?
Yeah. Well, we had it at Jack's. He had a grand opening at his museum, and we brought it up there. And then he came out here. He came to Ames.
Oklahoma. Wow.
We didn't know if he had some lost sheep or something. Anyway, no, Jack wanted to come out and see the car and spend some time. We're working on another project.
What do you think of it?
Oh, he loved it, man. He got in there and he got in the car and he sat in there probably 20, 30 minutes bench racing. Man, he was just, it was really cool.
Took him back, huh?
Oh, yeah. It was. He doesn't get a chance to get away from this stuff very often or get around this and away from the crowd. It was really cool.
Well, this thing looks like it'd be just squirrely as all get out. I mean, was this thing obviously won well, so it couldn't have been too bad, but it looks like it'd be crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of like me. It's
no.
No, yes, it is. I mean, like I said, the horsepower range on this thing was like from 10,000 RPM to 9,600. You better be on the stick.
What kind of horsepower?
Oh gosh, depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah, right.
NHRA.
Well, the rules would say
300.
yeah, and that's my
Probably
story,
close.
and I'm sticking to it.
Exactly.
Right?
Probably closer to 800 or 900.
Wow. Well, another one, not really known for styling or aerodynamics, would be the Ford Fairmont. What's the story on this one?
This particular car won the 1980 NHRA Pro Stock World Championship. It's one of the 10 championships that Bob Glidden had won. The Ford Fairmont, it's the only undefeated car in the history of professional drag racing, or maybe any other.
This was never beaten?
Ford, yeah, he had two of these cars. Yeah, they never lost.
Wow. And where did you find this baby?
It was advertised in the National Dragster, mid-late 80s, something like that.
So you bought this out of the classifieds, basically?
Yeah. I mean, there's nobody stupid enough to collect pro stockers.
Not then, anyway.
No. Why would you want a Fairmont,
Well, that actually is a a question.
Yeah, I know. I still ask myself that.
So how about the engine on it?
It's basically the
same thing?
Same thing, yeah. This is Bob Glidden designed him, and I mean, these guys, they did work together somewhat, and Bob, he was quite an innovator. I mean, they come up with some pretty cool stuff.
Well, if you can win with a Fairmont, you must be an innovator.
Oh yeah. Well, they like the Fairmont because of the weight and the wheelbase, cubic inch, and weight was all the factors at determining the pro stock class at that time. It was kind of a complicated process. That's why the cars changed so much through that time
But
frame.
the Fairmont just worked under those set of rules.
Yeah,
right?
You'd have never thunk it.
You'd never thunk it. You'd never. So it would have been fiberglass. What here?
Right. The front end's fiberglass. The doors, body has to be steel.
Yeah.
It has to be a two-seater, somewhat.
Yeah.
Kind of thin. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you mic'd it, it'd mic go too thin.
Well, these are a couple bad to the bone pro stocks, but wait, there's more.
Yeah, we have a few more cars.
Well, let's go
we
look
can
at a few. Wait a second.
All right.
Welcome back to My Classic Car. Well, man, beautiful Mach 1, Brent. This looks completely restored.
Well, it's really not. It's a time capsule. This is a true survivor. I mean, we'd bought this from Danny Thompson, Mickey Thompson's son.
Really?
This thing went into storage. I mean, right when they were.
And it came out like this?
Yeah, well, I didn't.
Wow.
All we'd done is put the engine back together and in it and wiped it off and.
Wow.
There it is.
What's the story on the car?
Well, they'd built 3 of these. Holman Moody had built them that set up NASCAR type suspension and all that stuff. They built them to go to Bonneville to set some speed and endurance records back in '69 to promote the new Mach 1, hence the name Mach 1. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, they went out there and they'd set over 295 land speed records with these 3 cars. It was unreal. They'd built 3 of them. 2 of them are 427 cars. One was a 302 car. The red one was it was an endurance car. They had a 10-mile oval set up out there. And the yellow car was a small block endurance car, and this was a straight line go fast car.
But this was pretty much just the way she was.
We didn't touch it. I mean, you look in there, and it had the 4-speed NASCAR top loader, had the Hone overdrive. Supposedly some of the guys were saying they were shifting into overdrive at 200.
That's got to be a feeling, man.
Yeah.
Grab that good. So have you had it back to Bonneville?
Yes, they were shooting a movie about Mickey, and Danny Thompson, Mickey's son, actually drove this car on the salt at Bonneville during Speed Week this year, and shooting this movie.
Wow.
And we had a blast.
Well, what's the significance of the shirt here?
The second day we were on the salt, Mike, the guy that actually wore this uniform, came up to us and he about lost it. He thought these cars were gone, and this was the actual team uniform. His team uniform.
He gave you the shirt?
Yes, he did. He's a great guy. It was really exciting. Anyway, that signifies the red, yellow, and blue cars.
The 3 cars were out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
that was so cool.
Well, this is like, obviously an early or the earliest Mach 1, but that's not a Mach 1 hood. That's a boss hood, isn't it?
Well, I know. Every time we dig in a little deeper, we find more cool stuff. Yeah, we found paperwork dating back to August of '68, and this hood scoop kind of backs that up. There's no castings, no numbers, it's a prototype hood scoop.
Wow.
And when they were through at Bonneville, they'd put the Boss 429 engine in it to test it.
Man.
And you can see where it'd been cut out. They actually had a supercharger on this thing.
Wow, unbelievable time capsule of a car. But again, just one of many. Let's go look at a few more.
All right.
Welcome back to My Classic Car. Well, Brent, this 65 drag Falcon, but this baby looks fiberglass. I didn't know they made a fiberglass Falcon.
They made one.
they made just one.
They made one.
This would be it, right?
This might be it, yes, sir.
Okay, what's the story on this baby?
This car was the first 65 Falcon. It's an engineering buck. The engineers had built this thing out of fiberglass and wheeled it back and forth for approved body style approvals on casters there at Ford Motor Company.
I mean, those are really just shells. They're just model shells, aren't they?
Yeah. They just had struts holding it together, basically.
Well, how did it get from there to this?
Well, a little magic. Dave Lyle and Hammer Mason, the boys at Dearborn Steel Tubing, got together and decided this would be here's a terrible waste, man. We need to make a race car out of this thing, so they did. And he put a 427 injected overhead cam engine in it, nitro injected.
How did it do? I mean, was it competitive?
Yeah, he went in 1966. He won the NASCAR, and I get this, NASCAR Drag Race Series Ultra Stock Championship.
Not roundy round, not stock car.
Not go fast, turn left. No,
NASCAR drag racing.
Straight on. Yes.
Wow. So unlike a typical lightweight, I mean, it's not just the fenders and hood and stuff. I mean, it's
pretty much the whole body.
The whole body's.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
now this is the 65 Falcon. You got something that looks sort of like this too, don't you?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Let's go look at that.
Got it.
Okay, Brent, 65 Falcon, 65 Comet, the sister car.
Mercury's answer to the 65 AFX Drag Wars.
Now, this was an official car. This was an official factory lightweight car. Well, I mean, that was an engineering buck, but this was a factory car.
This is one of 6 specially built by Bill Stropp and Associates for Lincoln Mercury.
Wow. So what's the history? What's the race history of this baby?
Fast Eddie Sharpman drove this car. He won the Winter Nationals at Daytona. and he's Mr. Stock Eliminator with this car, 1965. Dino Don Nicholson actually owned this particular car, and Fast Eddie drove for Dino. Dino was doing a tremendous amount of match racing back in '65, and he couldn't cover all his bookings, so Fast Eddie would take this car and pick up some of his bookings for him.
And off we go. Now,
Yes.
as a factory lightweight, it would have had the fiberglass fenders, hood, deck lid, and doors, I guess. But then the rear quarters were steel, the top steel.
Yes, it's sound deadener delete, heater delete, radio delete. They had some special Comet only, like lightweight seats, door panels.
So they took all the weight out they could, and they put what in for an engine?
Oh, well, okay, they built 6 of these. 3 of them had the 427 overhead cam engines. 3 of them had the 427 high-rise engine. This particular one had the wedge engine. Some of the different sanctioning bodies had different rules and weight regulations, stipulations they put on the camera engines because they were so powerful. These cars had a little bit of a weight break class deal, but we've had this car, raced it for, gosh, probably the last 20-some years.
And is it a lot of fun?
Oh, yeah. It still runs mid-10s. We had a lot of fun with it. About like it ran back in the day.
Well, this has all been really, really cool. What do you got for a grand finale, though?
You're going to have to wait and see.
Dang. Well, I can't wait. Welcome back to My Classic Car. Oh, wow. Brent, this is wild. I wouldn't say this is the prettiest car here. In fact, you might even say it's an ugly duckling.
You're exactly right.
This is the ugly duckling, right?
It ain't pretty.
It ain't pretty. 64 Comet drag wagon.
One of one.
Man. All right, what's the story on this?
Well, the Dearborn Steel Tubing, the people that were contracted to build Ford Thunderbolt Fairlanes, built 2 of these. Well, they built 1 wagon and 1 coupe for 1964. The reason they built the station wagon is, believe it or not, it had a shorter wheelbase.
I'm surprised at that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And the thing had a little bit better weight transfer. Well, Dino Don, he ran the wagon through March of '64.
So it's a lightweight front end, glass fenders,
steel all the way back,
but steel everywhere else, and pretty much I mean, I guess just a Falcon interior.
Yeah,
kinda,
pretty
right?
much. Yeah, well, the seats are like the Thunderbolt seats, basically a cheap, low Bostrom seat, lightweight Bostrom seat, basically pretty much standard. There wasn't nothing really trick about it.
Well, now let's see. In '64, you could probably get the 170 or 200 inline 6, and maybe the 289 is the big engine.
Yeah, there was another box at the bottom of that checklist. Might have been this one.
That was a big box.
Yeah, it wasn't too economical. No power, no air, just a lot of power, no power steering.
So we got, what's 427, right?
427 high rise, yes, that's
Super
the same.
Marauder.
Super Marauder. It's basically the same engine that was in the Thunderbolt Fairlanes and the other Comets. They were all pretty much basic 427 high rise engines.
Just a screaming machine, because that's a lot of power for very little weight.
Yeah, and it was a handful to drive.
And this one does run, right?
You bet.
You drive this every now and then, don't you?
When we need to.
And it's been kind of wet outside today, that's why we're in here. But this is a duckling.
Hey, it's web-footed, man. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh man, what an incredible day. Brent's got some amazing cars in his collection, and let me tell you, he's kind of a piece of work too. Now, Ames, Oklahoma isn't necessarily a place you come without a reason, but this collection, that's a reason. So until our next meeting, remember, honor the timeless classics. I'm Dennis Gage. Happy motoring. Let's do it.
Giddy up.